All right, good morning. It is Thursday, January 22nd. I'm Anthony. This is Drive Dad. Thanks for tuning in. It's basically, a series of videos in which I'm really uber focused on productivity. Just trying to share my journey of how, I try to get more stuff done, or some of the things I struggle with, some general tips and tricks, and maybe some level of specificity. So I hope you stick with me on this one. But if you're just tuning in, again, I'm Anthony. I'm married, 2 children, teach high school, full-time job. I get a 45 to 60 minute drive on either end. I do have some hobbies where I like to work out. My son and I like to play video games together. We play Disney Lorcana together. My daughter, she's only 2, and working on speech and building with blocks, and she always wants me to pick her up, and still with all of that, trying to find time to spend with my wife, and maybe try to plan some date nights, all this other stuff. So suffice it to say, I think that the struggle is real, right? If you're watching this video because you were trying to figure out how to be more productive, well, me too, right? I'm right there with you. I wouldn't say I'm any kind of authority on the subject, but again, just trying to share a little bit of my experience and hopefully help you in your journey as well. So I guess what I wanted to talk about today, is I've been reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, and in one of the chapters he talks about automating some of our behaviors and some of our tasks using technology, I guess in a way to offload some of these things, and saying that the more things you can kind of offload and put out of your mind, well, then the more you can focus on I guess the types of tasks and behaviors that require that greater level of attention. And so the examples he provides are things like an automatic, savings plan at work, And so thinking about 401ks, or in my case, in public education, a 403b, a savings plan, where the money is just coming automatically out of your paycheck into a designated account. And I'm trying to think of something in addition to what James offers in his book. It took me a minute to realize, but I use Amazon Subscribe and Save in this way. It was something that initially I started using for supplement orders, protein powders and multivitamins, creatine, so that just on a monthly basis, if you're not familiar, you select these items. I guess you get a discount through Amazon. It's like 5%, 10%, something to that effect. And you order even 5 or more items, but you can select the quantity, you can select the frequency. Do you need three containers every 2 months? Do you need 1 container every 1 month, etc.? And so for me, it's too convenient, Initially, Amazon, you can just buy the item. You don't have to run out to the store. But anytime you run out, you need to stop, get on your phone, get on your computer, get to Amazon, find the product again, and etc. But with Subscribe and Save, you can even skip that part. It's something that you're going to use or have been using regularly, and now you can automate it and just get it sent to you every month or every 2, 3, 4. I think even up to as many as once every 6 months. So, but in addition to supplements that support my strength training, and maybe we'll call it bodybuilding efforts, where I have lost, I think I'm closing in. I've definitely lost 45 pounds, a couple more, and I'll hit 50 pounds lost in the last 2.5 years. Again, the struggle's real, trying to fit all this stuff in. But recently, I added to my list of subscriptions things like water filters and furnace filters, and just getting those sent every so often. So at one point I had ordered, speaking of furnace filters, I think I ordered like a box of 4 and told myself, okay, I'll change it every 3 months. And I think it worked, but then now it's a year later, and where did I order these things from? Was it Amazon? Was it another website? And I had to dig a little bit. And I know I sound spoiled and everything, but the alternative is then right? Along with that, right? Not only am I now having to remember for myself every 3 months, change the furnace filter, and now after a year, I have to remember where did I order these things from. Like I had to have a space for these filters. I have to store the additional ones, and for me, they're sizable because I have this. It's not like a 1-inch thick, 12 by 12, 1 by 1 sort of thing. It's these big, like, pleated things. I don't know the specifics, but with Subscribe and Save, I now get 1 cent every 3 months. And to put it in James's terms, I think now when that package arrives, it's a cue for me to, okay, like I just got a new filter in the mail, dropped off. Now it's time to swap it out, right? In with the new, out with the old. And the cool thing too, speaking of cues, right, with Amazon Subscribe and Save, you get that email. You get an email at the end of every month, or a couple weeks prior to your designated delivery date, and just a reminder that, hey, here's what's in your shipment. You should probably check. So it's then a cue for me once I see that email when I'm home, right, is to then sort of check my inventory levels, right? Am I ready for another shipment of creatine, another shipment of multivitamin, another shipment of Ridex for my septic system? Am I ready for these things, or do I need to push it out for a month? I'll review all the other items. I said I wanted this every 3 months. It's not coming until next month. I can select to bump it up. So it does help automate, I think, a lot of those tasks, not just the shopping and things, but some of the routine home maintenance that we I think are all kind of engaged in, right? You also get notified if prices change. Sometimes they go up. Other times, yes, they do go down. And it can be a pain when the item that you've been using, like they will run out of stock occasionally, and you have to select a substitute item and such. But overall, I think it's in tune with what James Clear was suggesting, in that there are some processes in our lives that we can automate that otherwise would take up our time, take up our attention, away from loved ones, away from other tasks that require a greater level of attention, right? So we can automate some of these things. Anyway, I encourage you to check out some of my other videos where I, prior to reading Atomic Habits, had kind of just shared more of my journey, but now I've also started to tie in and make connections to James Clear's book. And I think that's it, right? I generally just, I don't know, anywhere from this is 8 minutes to 10 minutes. I encourage you to give us a like, comment down below. It should only take you about 30 seconds. Share a thought, something about your journey, maybe something that you've automated. I would love to hear some other tips and tricks. Looking for opportunities, to offload some of those things, but still get them done, right? And be more productive. So with that, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.